All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into the Cardi B of it all. So Cardi B has a new album that she's coming out with, and she released 2 singles this past week, if I'm correct. Okay, hold up. Let me, because I want to make sure I have. Okay, I wanna make sure that I have it right. Okay, so the first one was Like What Freestyle. That was the first one. Okay. And then the second one that she just came out with a video for overnight is Enough, which she looks amazing in. Y'all know if Cardi not gonna do nothing, she gonna get the looks right. Okay. So shout out to her for that. I can't I can't wait to hear more of what she got coming because y'all know I like Cardi. Okay. So Cardi B making sense. I don't think women gonna like this much truth in one message. You know, I really hate you niggas that get online and talk like y'all know how women think and what they feel, because essentially most women are going 50-50 or something close to it. And when I say that because most women work, especially most women in your black ass demographic, they work, their men work. And then they probably assume more of the household duties as well. So the idea that all of the girls are just delusional enough to think that we live in a time frame and under the financial restrictions that we live under in this country at this time, we are in a recession. Things are extremely expensive, and they're just basically making corporations out of everything, corporations out of what we eat, corporations out of what we where we live, buying up all of the fucking houses and shooting the skyrocketing the prices so regular people can't just own land. They're all, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much shit going on in real fucking life, and y'all really think that as a whole black women have an issue with paying half of the bills. I don't think most black women have an issue with paying half the bills. I think if you're online pump faking, like you live in the tax bracket that allows you to sit your ass at home while a nigga go and work and you ain't gotta pay. Girl, this is not the 70s, bitch. This is not good times. It didn't even make sense for Florida to stay at home.
If you're gonna be the type of bitch that like a nigga, you want a nigga to take care of you and everything, but it's like, all right, you have to like pick a balance. Like it's like you cannot just be a bitch that's like, oh, my man take care of me, he does it the bills. But it's like, what do you do? What are you contributing? Like it's like, all right, like you can't be complaining like, oh, I cook, I clean every day. It's like, okay, but you don't work, you don't contribute to the house. So I just feel like it's like, and
I feel like cooking and cleaning is contributing to the house. I don't know what the fuck Cardi's talking about.
like sometimes people be like, oh, so this is like really controversial, right?
Cool.
I feel like it's very controversial when like be like, oh, I don't go 50-50, but it's like, all right. So if you and your man make the same amount of money, right? But only your man is the one that paying all the bills. How you ever gonna save up to like buy a house or buy a business? Because he's never gonna be able to afford to. So it's like,
Well, Cardi, I think you're on here making excuses for you being up there paying all the offsets bills because it looked like y'all making the same amount of money, but you really making more money than him. That's what it sounds like to me. But I'm gonna just keep it a buck about what she's actually saying here, and it doesn't really make sense. If two people make the same amount of money, then two people are putting towards the household or saving. That's how that should go. If the woman isn't spending her money on any of the household things, then her money, I'm talking about bills in the household, her money should be going to the grocery shopping. It should be going to, whatever other amenities that is required. You know what I'm saying? She might pay her own cell phone bill. She might pay her own car note, and he'll pay all of the bills at the house, and she might pay like a few utilities or some shit like that. But at the end of the day, Cardi, it sounds like you want women to do more than 50-50. That's what it sounds like you're saying.
like certain things is like a joint thing to do.
You
You know
got
what
to
I'm
work
saying? Like
together.
it's like a work together. But I just be feeling like sometimes people like the internet really be having people fucked up from like real reality type shit. So it's like
And I understand what she means when she says that, because it's a lot of conversation online and just in general of promoting that women are stupid if they're not being taken care of by some man. If you're not, with a man that's paying more, that's taking care of you more than you, like, you're stupid. And it's like, but that's not realistic. That's not realistic to most people's lives. And even if your man is making more money than you, he should be making more money than you. We live in a fucking patriarchy, and legally it is not required for anybody to pay y'all an equal wage. So it makes sense that he would be making more money than you. But essentially, I feel like contributing to a household is absolutely labor. Labor. And I also feel like there's absolutely nothing wrong with a woman doing absolutely fucking nothing if she is being, made to be a housewife, having children. No, I don't think she should have to work necessarily if she doesn't want to. Now, do I feel like it's smart for a woman to ever be primarily dependent on a man? No, I think that's dumb. I do. I think you should always have your own bag. And I think as a woman, most of the women that I know in my life, whether they know it or not, want to be fulfilled by their own dreams. They want to be fulfilled by whatever their own wants and needs are. Even if society is telling them something different, a lot of the times they'll be unhappy because they need something for themselves. So there is a part of this that I agree with, that women should always have their own passions, their own goals and things that they want to do in this life, because to only be a wife and a mother to other people is, to me, a waste of a life if that's all you are doing. Because I just feel like that everybody can do that and still do more for what they want to do for themselves. And I think we grew up feeling like, oh, it's okay to just want to be a wife and a mother, but nobody really just wants that. And if you saying that, I feel like you lying, or you just haven't gotten to that point yet where you realize that other people's lives can't fulfill you. Angela, thank you for the super chat. I love Cardi, but I hate the misogyny here. The work SAH spouses do is stay-at-home spouses do is contributing. I hate the devaluing of women's labor. No, I agree. I absolutely agree. I don't like that. You talking about, what do you do? Bitch, if I'm cooking and cleaning and making sure this household is comfortable and he got everything he needs to do whatever it is he needs, bitch, that's labor. That's work. And I should be paid for it. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all stay-at-home people, let me tell y'all something. Y'all better start getting it in contracts when y'all marry motherfuckers. Everybody that wants to be a traditional wife and all of that, if a nigga can't afford to be putting a certain amount of money aside from his paycheck to make sure that if ever y'all decide to separate and depart, you will still be taken care of. You'll have 401k, you'll have insurance, because you are literally giving up working years in order to labor for a man. And if he decides he doesn't want to be with you, or decides that he wants to go and find a younger model, whatever the fuck, if at any point this relationship comes to an end, which 50-50 chance it will, what's going to happen? You're going to be older with no history of work, with a man that can barely pay you enough money for child support, let alone alimony and child support, so that you could live the same way you were living before y'all divorced. People don't like to think about none of this shit. Y'all just think it's cute to have some nigga paying for everything, not even thinking about the fact that you have to think about your future. So if you're going to be a stay-at-home parent, wife, husband, whatever the fuck, make sure that the person that's making the bulk of the income is also investing in your future, whether y'all are together or not, because technically they are your employer. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay? Listen to what we say.
It's like, all right, so your mom and dad used to work every single day, right? Mm-hmm. So your mom and dad used to work every single day so your mom could save her money and buy purses, and your dad just pay all the bills. That's not how it works. It's either your mom was in the house cooking and cleaning every day, your dad was working, or they was both working to pay both the bills. Like, y'all be acting like y'all don't know what the fuck that is like no more. Like, come on.
And your mom money was your dad money, and your dad money was your mom money.
Like, it was like that.
It wasn't. That's not how that ever went, y'all. In real life, amongst middle class people, if both people are working, the dad's money belongs to everybody. The mama's money, if she's smart enough, should have been putting that shit to the side for when and if that shit don't work out, she makes sure she got some goddamn money like that.
It's like that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not a feminist anymore, because it's like sometimes it's like y'all bitches don't be living in the real world.
Right.
Y'all not living there.
Y'all be talking about my money is my money and his money is my money.
Yes. And it has always been that way. They mad, y'all. But in real life, a lot of the times that's really how it goes. Like, if the man is making more money, that's usually how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna pay for more of the shit. But you're gonna do more of the labor. That's why my money is my money, because you make more money than me usually. And my money is enough to sustain the shit that I have to do for the household. So I don't have to come and ask you for money all the time. Like in real life, that's the reason why a woman's money is her money and his money is their money. Because his money is enough to cover the whole household. Her money is enough to cover her nails, the kids' school uniforms, groceries. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that the kids need for school, unless it's like a big bill or something like that. The woman money usually goes to like the other stuff. And the man's money goes to the, you know, the house and the utilities and the insurance and all of that type of stuff. So yeah, I don't know what anybody's talking about, but in, you know, around my tax bracket, that's how it was. Okay, because essentially we still understood that my dad had the power in the dynamic. So if they were ever to divorce, he was going to be okay. And my mom would be okay, but she might struggle a little more than he would. Like that was just understood. Anyway, Miko Spice, thank you for the super chat. As a former stay-at-home mom, I prefer to work because if you're not careful, financial abuse will slink in. Yes, it's not easy to give up all for one household, especially when expected. No, this is very true. That's why I tell y'all all the time, nobody will ever do that to me again. Like my daddy was the breadwinner. So essentially, we all got financially abused. If you don't do what I tell you to do, then I'm not helping you with school. You don't want to go to the school that I want you to go to, then I'm not helping you with nothing. Yeah. I know what financial abuse is like. So that's another reason why I don't see it for when women are such a strong proponent of just letting somebody take care of everything for them, because you're going to end up like being at their behest and in their control and not being free to do whatever it is you need to do for yourself at some point because you decided to give up your autonomy to another individual. It's not smart. And it's really just like some type of reinstallation of slavery, but everybody thinks because they're getting incentivized for it or because you think you're in love, the trick of love. And not to say that love is not real, y'all, but to say that I think love is used to manipulate women into labor. And I think that men lie to women and tell them that they love them so that they can trick them out of coochie and labor. I do. Because if you really love somebody, then there will be moments of unselfishness about your love. And a lot of the times it's really not like that. All right, so let's move on to more from Cardi. Girl, we did not know this.
Know this, like my there's some serious story. Like I don't like to put my family business, like, but he used to push weight and everything. And there was like this one time that like you know, like he lived in Tennessee and whatever. So he ain't really told like my grandma that like he was dealing with somebody over there, and then like he had like a
she want to tell his story, but she don't want to tell his story.
A kid out there, and you know, like that's GloRilla's dad and everything. So that's what like made us related.
Are you serious?
Yeah. A lot of people don't know this. Like my there's some serious story. Like I don't like to put my family business, like, but he used to push weight and everything. And there was like this one time that like you know, like he lived in Tennessee and whatever. So he ain't really told like my grandma that like he was dealing with somebody over there, and then like he
okay, I'm gonna explain. So basically, Cardi is saying that GloRilla they have it wrong. Her half biological. This doesn't make any sense. I don't know who wrote the shit for this, but this is not right. Okay, she's explaining that her grandfather cheated on her grandmother, had an outside baby, and that outside baby had GloRilla, and GloRilla is her cousin. Okay, we did not know that GloRilla was her cousin. I don't know when they figured out that GloRilla was her cousin, but that's fucking crazy that Cardi B and GloRilla are first cousins. That's crazy. I hope they do a song together. Y'all, Glow knew, yeah, Glow. Clapping little pussy hoes and some shell toes. Yeah, ho. Listen, yeah, Glow. Listen, it's everything, girl. Listen, that new GloRilla song. Y'all love GloRilla. She one of my favorite. Okay, I love me some GloRilla, child. What her Regina Greer looking ass. Okay, Summer D, thank you for being a member for 4 months. Me and my husband do the same thing, and he make more, but I have multiple streams of income You're spot on, girl. Cause y'all know I'm married and I actually watch people be in a marriage and be together. And you know, everybody in my family was married. You know what I'm saying? All of my aunts, you know, have been paired off for years. Like everybody was with the same nigga they met in high school and all of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like my uncle was the only one, you know, I mean, he had a girlfriend for a long time, but he had like, you know, at least 2-3 wives before I even got here. So, you know, and my other uncle had, you know, one that he had the kids with and then one wife for a very long time. So you know, I've seen people be in marriages my entire life. So I know what that shit really look like versus what people pretend that it is. You know what I'm saying? Lead prosecutor on Trump trial stepped down. Miko Spice, thank you for the super chat. Lead prosecutor. That don't mean that it's her, right? Because she technically is the lead prosecutor, right? Fanny? Fanny, tell me you didn't step down, girl. I hope she didn't. Nathan Wade. Oh, okay. Right. I thought he was a top prosecutor. Anyway, girl, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Long as it's Nathan and not Fanny, girl, that's all that matters. Long as it's Nathan and not Fanny, okay? But let's go ahead and continue to press on. But yeah, I did not know that about Cardi and Glo. That's what's up.